Hello everybody and welcome to today's review of Sonic the Hedgehog 2. It is the new film directed by Jeff Fowler starring Ben Schwartz, James Marsden, Idris, Elba, and Jim Carrey. The film is the sequel to an adaptation of a very popular video game franchise that centers on an alien hedgehog with the ability to run at super fast speed. In the first movie, Sonic is sent to Earth to protect himself from those who would want to try to steal his powers. Now in this movie, we've seen Sonic settle into his new life on Earth. He is taken in by a human couple and he tries to use his powers for good by becoming a superhero. Unfortunately, he tends to cause more problems than he does solve them. Meanwhile, the evil Dr. Robotnik, played by Jim Carrey, is marooned by Sonic on a mushroom planet and then tries to find a way to escape. He is eventually rescued by an alien life form called Knuckles. The two of them form an unlikely alliance because both of them have a score to settle with Sonic, but for very different reasons. Knuckles is the last of the Echidna tribe and he wants to find Sonic because he feels that he holds the key to the location of an ancient artifact called the Master Emerald, a stone that essentially contains the ultimate power of the universe. Now, Dr. Robotnik sees this as an opportunity to not only get revenge on Sonic, but to also harness this power for himself. So now it's up to Sonic and his new companion Tails to find the Master Emerald before they do. Now, I've never played the video games before, but I gotta tell you, the first movie, I was entertained by it. So much so that by the time I got to the end of the film, I actually wanted more out of it. And in this film, I'm happy to say I actually got what I wanted. I got more characters and more of an explanation as to what their purpose is, and we got to explore the world that they came from a little bit more in detail. I actually like these characters a lot, especially Knuckles. I feel like this is a very well-written character and there's a lot of dimensions to him. Yes, he is technically Sonic's rival, and yes, he is willing to trample over anybody who gets in his way. When the film plays out, it doesn't seem like he's a bad guy necessarily. He's actually a pretty noble character when you think about it. He is after something that holds ultimate power, but he is not after it for himself. Because of where he comes from and what he was brought up to believe in, he feels like it's his responsibility to protect that power and to restore balance to the universe. Whereas Dr. Robotnik goes, he is the main villain. He wants this power for himself. And once again, Jim Carrey plays him well. It's always nice to see Jim Carrey bring that sort of energy to characters we're used to seeing him play. Although I must say he does kinda go way over the top in this one, whereas in the first one he felt a little bit more grounded. But hey, Dr. Robotnik isn't a mad scientist for nothing. And Sonic himself brings a lot of humor to this movie, more so than the original film. Although the comedy doesn't always land for me, there are times when the comedy feels forced and just plain awkward. Another thing I will say about this movie is it's too long. And that's because it is cluttered with a lot of detours and a lot of subplots that just felt unnecessary as a whole. For instance, there is a subplot in this film that involves the wedding of a supporting character, which in the long run, it doesn't feel like it really mattered to the whole plot of the movie. But the writers of this film used that plot point to introduce another element from the video game into the movie. So in a way, the writers gave it a reason for its existence. However, it didn't feel like a strong enough reason for it to be there because I just didn't care about those characters. I cared more about Sonic, about Tails, about Knuckles, and every time that the film takes a detour away from that, I just felt taken out of the film entirely. So yeah, that was a bit of a problem. But you know what? I still had a good time watching this film. It's fun, it's entertaining, I enjoyed myself, and it's pretty much on par with the first movie, although I think I enjoyed the first movie more than I did this movie, based on the simplicity of the script. So I'm gonna give Sonic the Hedgehog 2 what I gave Sonic the Hedgehog 1, and that's a B-. Thank you for watching my video, ladies and gentlemen. I hope to see you again next time.